guys, here it is. This is my 2008 Lexus ISF. Picked it up a few months ago, about like 5 months ago now. But doing a lot of work to this thing. It was pretty rough when I got it. Got it for a decent deal, so I figured it was worth putting the money into, but it did need a lot. Just kind of wanted to make a video going over everything I've had to put into the vehicle and kind of just the mileage and how I got it. It's not perfect, but definitely happy. I mean, I've always wanted an ISF, so didn't need to be perfect. But yeah, no, I definitely do like it. I can give you guys a little cold start right now. Definitely didn't look like this when I got it. It was pretty rough, like I was saying. Definitely needed a good amount of work. Since I bought it, I've done upper control arms, lower ball joints, new front tires, did a coolant change, did the dreaded valley plate. If you know about these Lexus ISFs, you know the valley plate is something that it's not if, it's when, but was able to get that done. When I went in there and had that done, I ended up getting both valve covers, all the spark plugs, and then actually 2 injectors ended up breaking. So thank goodness that they ended up covering that. I actually got it done by Lexus. It was a whole headache with that. Maybe I'll make a video about my experience with that, but other than that, new front bumper. The one that I got it from, like the previous owner, he took garbage care of this car, and I don't even think it was honestly him beating on it. I think it was more just him not being able to afford it. It seemed like the car didn't run for maybe like a year, or I wouldn't even say not run for a year, but just like consistently driven for about a year. Maybe he drove it here and there, but it just sat outside. The front bumper was cracked down here. It had a bunch of Bondo. There was a bunch of spray paint from like here to here. I mean, the bumper itself had 2 holes in it. It was super scratched up. They actually spray painted this grill, but they didn't take it off the original bumper. So it was oversprayed all right here. I mean, I replaced this gasket. This gasket had overspray all over it, so I replaced that. Other than that, new intake filter, new cabin air filter, did an intake cleaner. I ended up running a cleaner through the throttle body. And then I switched over from God knows what oil he had in the car when I bought it, but I switched over to AMS oil. So been running really good since then. Seems to be running really happy. Also got the high pressure fuel pump seals. I don't know if y'all can see those. They look dirty on here, but trust me, they were way dirtier. But ended up getting those done. Got a new battery done. Also, the battery went out on me in like after a week and a half. The tires that he had on there were super bad. They were super stretched. So definitely wouldn't recommend driving 8 hours home on the tires that I bought the car with. I live in Minnesota. I drove it all the way from Kansas. And so, yeah, I mean, it made it 8 hours back on unknown oil and a leaking valley plate, probably worn out, horrible spark plugs. So, I mean, definitely would say these things are tanks for sure. The car does have a minor accident in the rear, which I was okay with for the price. If I wanted one that was perfect, I would have spent 30 grand. But honestly, I'm 21 right now. I didn't want to spend that much money. And if I did spend that much money, I wouldn't even really want to drive it. I mean, if you guys can kind of make sense, like I wouldn't ever want to bring it out to a night meet or maybe like actually go rip on it on a back road. Like I'd be super meticulously worried about it all the time. So it was a little nicer that I got a little beat up one. You can kind of tell a little bit from just the panel gap right here. This is super normal on a lot of them anyways, but it was hit somewhere in this general area. They just smacked a bumper right onto it. I figured it was okay, so I ended up dealing with it. These are actually not the taillights that the car came on. I actually ended up putting these on. Here, I can show you guys how these look right now. Yeah, that's how those look. Just something to kind of refresh it, make it look a little unique. I know there's a lot of ISFs out there. Also, it did come with this carbon fiber diffuser down here. It does have some hairline cracks in it, but to be honest, it came on the car, so I can't be really too upset. It was hypothetically free just because I didn't pay any extra with the added bits. It also does have the carbon fiber side skirts. Also the same thing, pretty worn out. And then the same thing with the side ducts. These are all cracked and beat up, but I mean, what can you do? The car is not perfect. If I told you guys how much I paid for this car, I think you guys would be on my side. I got a few things in here, but interior is really clean. There's no cuts on the back leather, at least. Nothing bad on the headliner. The passenger seat has a little rip right there, and then a few just scratches, but other than that, still really good. Bolstering's still really nice. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the body, it was not perfect. The front bumper was atrocious. The headlights were horrible. The tires were horrible. And to be honest, I never had an ISF before, so I didn't know how it was supposed to run. I have a IS 350 that I've had for about 3 years now, and since I never had an ISF, I didn't know what a rough running ISF is compared to a good one. Obviously, a rough running car is a rough running car, but it's hard to tell when you are completely not in territory that you're used to. You know what I mean? But yeah, here it is. 2UR GSC, 5-liter V8, about 416 horsepower to the crank, maybe 380 to the wheels, I'd say, just being stock. But these things actually keep up with cars that you wouldn't expect. I mean, just for the races that I've had so far, I mean, me and this RT right here, 21 RT, we raced before. I gave him about a gap. I'd say the gap was about a car and a half. And that was just off of a roll. I've raced a few BMWs. Haven't really had like a really solid run with them, but I raced a 340 downpipe tune. I gave him a car and a half, beat him. I raced a Scat Pack 392 shaker. I ended up beating him by like half a car. So I mean, definitely moves better than I expected. I did not buy this car to be a race car, but I definitely bought it because it is a dying breed. But yeah, like I said, I mean, since I've had it, I've just been fixing it up. It definitely needed a good amount of work. I had a lot of noise up in the front right here, so I actually ended up doing the sway bar and links on both sides, and then I ended up doing the stabilizer just for the sway bar bushings. So I ended up doing both of those last week. That made a huge difference. When I did the lower ball joints, that made a big difference. Just a little bit. The upper control arms on the upper ball joint, that made a pretty good difference too. So I mean, I'm just refreshing everything as I go, everything that I can. Like when I bought the vehicle, it doesn't have the bracket right here to hold up the bumper, hence why there's a little bit of a sag right there. I have those on the way right now, OEM. So definitely didn't happen overnight, but there's still a lot that I want to do to this car. I want to do headers and go full bolt-on. That's probably the plan to do whenever I get a chance to, but like I said, it's not a priority. But I'll give you guys a little sound clip just so you guys can hear it. But yeah, there's definitely a lot that I want to get done. Like this trunk right here, it's fading all right here. What can you do about it? You know, this right here looks like garbage. So the plan is to just do a carbon trunk. It's going to fix all this. If not, to be honest with you guys, I don't care enough to spend a bunch of money to take it off, take the spoiler off, get it repainted, do everything. When I bought this car, I wanted it to be perfect, but at this point, I've kind of just been like, you know, let me stop stressing myself out and let me just enjoy the car. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other ISFs, and hypothetically, I wouldn't say plenty, but you know, if you're looking for it, you'll find it. But you know, if something was to happen, or if I wanted a cleaner one, I know that I could always find another one and buy one for 30 grand, you know? But yeah, I want to do that carbon fiber. I want to do fenders and hood, but that's probably going to come after more maintenance and some performance. I do want to get new fender liners. Fender liners are kind of chewed up. It does need a good paint correction. The paint is not perfect. I'm sure you guys can look. I mean, looks fine here, but it's not perfect. Trust me. But yeah, I want to get an OEM grill. Dude has that mesh one. It looks cool, but I don't know. Just kind of want change. I want to get a front lip for right here. I do want to do the brakes. They're not bad yet, but they're definitely old, you know, OEM Brembo brakes. Definitely seen some better days, but we got the OEM RCF wheels. So these are actually off of a 2019 RCF. They're staggered. I believe a 265 in the rear and a 235 in the front. Continentals in the back, Michelin's in the front. I still haven't gotten to do what I want in the back. I think what I want to do after I get some bolt-ons is I want to get a lightweight tire for the back and go on like a 18 275 and see if that'll help me hook up. I can't really launch the car too hard right now, even though it's stock. I just blow the tires off, especially with that traction control being off. But I want to get you guys some POV videos. I do record a lot on my Instagram. That's mainly where all the content is of this car right now. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a run over. Hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know what more I can say on here, but yeah, guys, like I said, definitely not perfect. I love it. It's been amazing. I I have not had any issues. Like I said, I drove it 8 hours back from Kansas. I live in Minnesota, so 8 hours drive, totally unknown. Dude ended up wanting, I think he posted it for 25. It's a 2008 with 160K on it. Has that minor in the back, still clean Carfax, but still does have that minor accident. But he posted it for 26. I talked him down to like, I think we talked about 18 or something like that. And then when I got there, it needed valve covers. It needed a good amount of stuff. So I was like, dude, even though it's a great deal already for an ISF that already can't find, I think there's only like 5 in Minnesota. I ended up getting him down cheaper than that. I'm not going to exactly say how much it is because that doesn't depict how much you're going to spend on yours. It's just what I've spent on mine. Like I said, this one's pretty rough. I mean, it's not perfect, you know. I know everything about it. There's a small dent on the roof right there. I wouldn't even say small, but there's a dent on the roof right there. But you know what I mean? It was either I got this one for the price that I did, and I'm still 21, working full time. I actually work at work right now on my break. It was either that and be a little bit more comfortable, or buy a perfect one and, you know, spend $800 a month car payment. But yeah, this is my 2008 Lexus ISF. Just wanted to make first video on it. Hopefully I'll be making a lot more content. I already took it to the track, and in the works right now of getting it tuned. I ran a 12.5 at the track for the first time, so hopefully we can get down into the 11s by the time I'm done with this car. But I appreciate it. Just wanted to give you guys a run through.